Hello everyone, my name is Protasilaos, also known as Prot. Today I want to do something different, which is to tour you around my mountain. I am on one of my long walks through this mountain, and what I want to do is switch to the rear camera and give you a first-person perspective of my surroundings. This is the idea. And I am walking up the mountain, and this will be a long walk and a steep climb. So hopefully you will follow along, and let's see how it goes. Along the way, I will be regaling you with philosophy or just a commentary on what I am seeing. I really don't know. This is just spontaneous. I have been walking and I thought it would be a good idea to do this sort of video. So let me switch to the rear camera and let's get going. Here is the idea. Off we go. I am accompanied by two very good boys. One of them is right here next to me. This is Atlas, and the other one is somewhere nearby, so he will show up. The other one is Raizu. Atlas is very good friend, and off we go. As I said, I will be going to the top of this mountain, and it's very, very far away. So you see that oak tree, for example? We will be going much higher than that. There is Raizu. So Atlas is very good friend, and Atlas is somewhere there. He will join us in a second, no worries. He's sniffing around. And yeah, it's a lovely day today. Local time is, I don't know, close to 4 o'clock. By the time I am up the mountain, the sun will be close to its setting phase. And maybe we will see it. We will see. Today is the 25th of December, so Merry Christmas if you are celebrating, or anyhow, happy holidays. Today, in terms of the phenomena, the natural phenomena, is the day where daytime start growing relative to night time until we reach the equinox, which is in March, where day and time are equal in duration, and then we go to the summer solstice, where in June, where daytime is at its maximum. So yeah, if you are not celebrating anything specific, you can always celebrate the birth of the new sun, of the new growing days, as it were, which is a celebration that used to take place in antiquity anyway. Not that it matters. Off we go. What it matters is that people use the opportunity of a holiday to appreciate what they have, to reflect on what is available to them, and to say, in their own words, it doesn't really matter, thank God for what I have. Thank the cosmos, thank the gods of Olympus, or I don't know, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that we appreciate what we have and we are content with it, and we don't always try to search for something else, and we are not in a state of unrest for not having that which is not present in our milieu. And this relates to a discussion I had, I think it was yesterday. I was sitting outside the hut, by the way, the valley here, the sun over there. So I was sitting outside the hut, and there is this one person who drives by and stops and starts chatting with me. And at some point this person is like, so are you living here permanently? And I'm like, yes, I'm always here full time. And don't you ever go to the city, you know, for a tour or a walk, or I don't know, for a night out, etc.? And I'm like, no, I'm always here. Don't you ever get bored? And I'm like, no, I never get bored, because I appreciate what I have. I am content with what I have, and I find joy in it. I have been in these mountains for many, many years, almost a decade. Yeah, time flies. We are closer to a decade, and I keep discovering new things. I keep witnessing the same, you may say, phenomena, like these sunsets, these valleys, these golden oaks, this biodiversity at large, the vineyards and the pine trees and everything. And I am at awe at the beauty of this natural surroundings, of my natural surroundings, the beauty of the world around me. This is the idea. We will be moving up there, folks. So if you think that this was already tiresome, this little climb I did, well, we haven't even started. So there is that. What is happening? Why is Atlas running in that direction? Hopefully they won't go bullying anyone. So let's see. I cannot hear anything. Today is the 25th, as I said, of December. So I hope no one is working today. Come on, give people some rest. Let's see. So being content with what we have. Being content with what we have allows us to remain relaxed, to not be upset by absence, the absence of whatever it is we desire, and more importantly, to not become an instrument of that desire, to not become dependent on that desire, where the desire and the absence of the item being desired is conditioning our behavior. Rather, we want to make the most of what we have, not in a way of being conformist, not in a way of having no ambition, but in a way of recognizing how things stand. I can always complain. I have a million reasons to complain. For example, at the hut, I could complain about the fact that I don't have hot water, or, all the various amenities like the kitchen appliances and stuff, or why aren't the batteries producing more electricity, storing more electricity, These sorts of things, you can find a million reasons to complain. Or, in the words of the other person, aren't you getting bored? Why aren't you going to the city, Where are the movie theaters? Where are the clubs or the bars or the people or whatever? You can find a million reasons to complain about and to bemoan your fate. But this is not your reality. The reality is what is available to us. So when we are content with what we have, first we have to recognize what we have. We have to be able to describe the state of affairs. We have to be able to say, okay, this is how things stand. This is where I am. And we can still have ambition. We can still say, hey, this is where I am, and this is my plan for where I want to be. But I am not there. And I won't allow, by the way, beautiful view here, I won't allow that to be eventuality, to be potential. I will not allow it to affect my mood, to make me sad for not having it now. In the here and now, there are only the prevailing conditions. In the future that I am trying to work towards, there will be, or there may be, that eventuality. But until we reach that future, I have to live in the present. In the present, meaning in the present conditions, under the present conditions, under the prevailing conditions. So there is that. I appreciate what is available, and I make the most of it. Like the walks in this mountain. I have been traversing these cliffs, these mountains, for years, and I keep discovering new paths, and I keep learning new things, such as, for example, about oak trees. This is Quercus infectoria, this variety of oak, and there are lots of oak trees in this area. There is also a variety of oak tree called Quercus alnifolia, which is the golden oak of Cyprus, but there isn't one here. And this is a bush. This is also Quercus, but it's a bush variety. This is called Quercus cochifera. So Quercus cochifera, Quercus infectoria, there is the infectoria, and we also have alnifolia. I'm not sure where it is. And in the distance, you can see the cypress trees. How is the scientific name? I think it's Cupressus sempervirens, but I am not sure right now. And over there is a pine tree. This has to be the Pinus brutia, and the other variety, which is very common in Cyprus, is the Pinus nigra. So there is that. Further up the mountains, we have pine forests, basically. But in this part, we have more diversity. And again, here, Quercus cochifera, we see it, and yeah, it's either a bush or a shrub. This is the idea with it, but it doesn't grow to be large and imposing the way an oak tree is. But it's still beautiful, right? So there is that, folks. Lovely day, and we are moving up towards the top. Right now, it's always, an uphill, moving further up, but it's still the elevation, or rather the slope, it's still not too bad. But further up, you will see how it steepens considerably. So if you feel, I don't know, tired, even by watching this, we haven't even started, folks. So be prepared. Let's get going, and we will see what we have. As I said, let's appreciate what is available to us and use holidays as an opportunity to reflect on what we have and to thank God, thank the cosmos. We have two paths here, one in that direction leading to my right, and this one going further up. This one is much steeper, and there we have other paths. So I will go here, the steeper climb. Of course, we will not shy away from the harder path, and Atlas is with me, making sure everything is in order, making sure that I don't quit, and off we go. Raizo is over there. He will realize we went this way and will come, so no problem about that. It's more Quercus cochifera here, so there is that. Great. The holidays have rituals related to them, associated with them, such as decorating the tree, giving presents, gathering for dinner with family and that sort of thing. These how do we call them, these ceremonies or these events, these rituals, they don't have any value in themselves. They rather get their value when we put our heart into them, when we do them in earnest. If you just attend the dinner table, but you would rather not be there, that dinner table means nothing to you. And that whole event is pointless. Where are we going, folks? It seems that this is a dead end. Okay, so let's move in the other direction. It seems that that one only leads to the vineyard. So we will go up here and then turn to the right. no problem, no stress. So if you don't put your heart into the event, into the ritual, into the ceremony, it has no value. It does nothing. The only way for it to mean something to you is for you to participate in it in earnest, to be there and to have presence, to enjoy the moment. Again, appreciation of what you have. You will sit on the table with those that are your closest, I don't know, people, friends, relatives, and oftentimes we have a lot of negative things to say about relatives, and that's because we get to interact with them the most and we know them the most. But perhaps we don't appreciate the little things that they are good at and that they may help us with, and we may be taking them for granted. And so by taking them for granted, we omit the positives and we only see the negatives, and this produces a distorted understanding and it is very biased against them. So in these days we want to take the opportunity to mindfully, to purposefully try to say to ourselves, am I taking this person for granted? And if yes, what is it exactly that I am taking for granted? And I want to reflect on that, and I want to remind myself what this person provides in my life, what this person means to me. People are not around forever. Eventually we all die. So make sure that you don't delay this too long, because there will come a day where you will regret those delays and you will say, I wish I could go back in time and tell that person how much I cared about them, to thank them and to tell them that I love them. But it's too late. Why was such a fool? And this is about appreciating what you have, folks, in the here and now. The here and now is all we have. We don't know how things will unfold. We don't know what the future has in store for us. We don't know if there even is a future for us. A future where we have a role to play. We don't know it. So we might as well not assume our very presence, not assume it as a given, not take it for granted either. This path goes straight, so we won't go there, and this one goes a bit further up. Let's go this way, and the dogs will follow me, so no worries. And let's see how it goes. As I said, we are still not at the point where we will be climbing the steep slopes. So far it has been mild. So far it has been easy, let's say. Though easy is an understatement. If you have ever done this sort of thing, you know that it is not easy. More so if you are talking non-stop, as I do now. But not to worry. We can see the valley maybe. I don't know, the sun is right, opposite the camera, and this distorts the colors. But we can see the beautiful vegetation here. It's a very nice view. And my dogs here are running around. There was another dog as well. That is a stray dog that was with us, but I don't know where she went. Maybe we will encounter her at some point. But we will see. We keep going. And yeah, we may catch the sunset, folks. And that will be very, very nice. The rituals and the meaning of rituals, they are a way to incorporate hidden meanings in relatively speaking, in easy motions, easy and easy to remember and easy to execute motions. But the ritual itself has no meaning as such. For example, the ritual of sitting at the table and doing your prayers. You may say, hey, but I am not, I'm not religious, or what's the point of this? I did the work. What are the prayers for? I am hungry. Let me eat. And I cannot wait. But if you think about it, there are many good things about this ritual which are tacit. They are not expressed in the ritual, but are part of what you are getting without realizing it. For example, it forces you, or it teaches you, it trains you to be patient. You have this delicious meal in front of you, you are hungry, but you exercise patience. It's only a minute. It's only 1 minute. You won't die in 1 minute. So you can definitely do it. But that exercise trains you to work with what you have. That exercise trains you to have mental fortitude, to not feel upset as soon as something is not available to you, as soon as something doesn't go your way. And it has other benefits, which is that you appreciate the meal. You don't check out. You don't just eat, as fast as you can and then run away. No, you have to appreciate what you have and take it all in and enjoy the moments. Again, you don't know if there will be another one. You don't know what the future has in store for you. So there is that. And so on for all rituals. Rituals themselves, if you are just doing the ritual, may give you these tacit benefits, these may teach you these tacit lessons, but otherwise, if you just go through the motions, it doesn't work. It doesn't do anything for you. So please be mindful of that, and please think about what is this ritual trying to achieve. Were the elders, were the previous generations who came up with these rituals just superstitious? Were they all idiots? And all the geniuses are born in this era? How come? How come it is that way? Of course, it's not that all the geniuses are born in this era. There were always wise people, always sophisticated fellows, and those who came up with all these rituals and all these ceremonies had insights that may remain hidden from us, but which are there and which help us. So here we are, folks. We are moving up the mountain, and this starts to get much more demanding, and you can see that this path over here is a path that you cannot actually access by car unless you have like a very, very good car for off-road travel. So yeah, off we go. Off we go up the mountain. And there is that. I did a lot of work today at the hut, but I didn't want to do a video again, the same sort of thing that I keep doing, and just show you some work. Of course, that's nice, but you get the idea. I have done it before. No need to belabor the point. So I thought, why not tour you around? Why not show you what I see when I walk up these mountains? And you can see it as well in the camera. We have vineyards everywhere. Vineyards to my right, vineyards to my left. Oh, but it's really warm. And I am dressed for colder weather. So there is that. But you see how steep the climb is, huh? And If you think that this is too much, well, brace yourselves, because there is much, much more. And we will do it, folks. We will do it together. Let's see. Let's see what we can do. Off we go. And we go. Let's see which way. We can go that way, or we can go this way. Both will lead to the top. So let's do that. It's looking good. And we keep going. So very nice. I really like it. Personally, I am not religious. I don't care about any particular religion. But I do appreciate what religion can do for us. What religions, all of them, can do for us. Provided we are not fanatical. Provided we incorporate their lessons and try to aspire to our highest. Try to do the best we can. And we do it in a respectful way. In a way that is consistent with our actuality. The actuality of the human condition. Where we are ignorant. And we cannot know for sure whether our religion, our view, our opinion, our dogma is the correct one, our one and only truth. Suppose that the God is revealed to you, and this God tells you all the truths of the world. And by all, I mean all. But you cannot be omniscient. You don't have perfect insight. So with the tools available to you, with the faculties that are germane to human animals, you can only ever ascribe a credence to what you understand, what is within the boundaries of your comprehension. But what lies outside those boundaries, it doesn't even register, right? And by outside, I mean even outside tools like we could come up with. So absolutely outside our comprehension. And you won't be able to tell whether this God is actually God or something else. You cannot really know. So there is that. Even then, we have to remain dubitative. Where are we, folks? You see, we are further up. So there is that. Let's keep going. I took a different path last time, so I don't know where I am going now. But we can only hope for the best. And let's see how it goes. Last time I remember taking another path. But this path is good as well, of course. Not to worry. Oh, I like that. Over there. It goes all the way. Yeah, let's go through the vineyard. Why not? And actually, folks, it even has grapes here. But I don't think they are good. Well, it's not looking too bad. But just to be sure, I won't try it. But yeah, I mean, if they were to leave the grapes on, there would definitely be many edible grapes. But now I won't try it. The valley, the mountains, the grapevines, enjoying what we have, appreciating what we have, and always deepening our appreciation of it, always discovering something new by taking a closer look. And it is what I have been doing. I have walked, I have covered every slope here, and yet every time, every day, I still find something new. I still find something to appreciate, something to admire. Look at that, how beautiful it is, right? There is always something there. Wow. Oh, this grapes looks even better than the other ones. But again, we won't try anything, folks. So let's keep going. Variety is fine. We don't want too much monotony in our life, you know, for things to be exactly the same day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. We do want some change, even if it is a little bit of change, but we do appreciate it. However, too much variety, too many changes upset us. And I think too many opportunities, too many options, or the impression of infinite options actually disempower us. We work better when we are operating within constraints. Constraints that are not tyrannical, of course, constraints that still grant us agency, constraints that still allow us to exercise judgment and to opt for what we feel is right for us. But when we have like the impression of infinite choices, we cannot possibly decide which one we want because we don't have perfect insight. How am I supposed to know if this one is better than the other one, given my limited time to assess them, given that I cannot conduct an experiment and if I don't like it, go back and redo it, you know? We cannot do that in our life, with our life choices. We have to pick one and go with it. So having the impression of endlessness in our choices can disempower us and can make us feel lost. And we don't want that. We don't want to be paralyzed by options. We don't want to be paralyzed by the multitude. We want to have enough variety to keep things interesting, but to also keep us in check, to allow us to continue on our path. The path, metaphorically, of course, but even in this case, like literally, this is where I am heading towards. I don't know if this leads somewhere. I cannot just conduct a thought experiment and say, okay, this road and this other path and the third trail, and pick one. I just have to go, you know, with how I feel about it. And hopefully it will take me where I want to go. And if it doesn't, well, I have to go back and redo it. And the time I spent is gone. So there is that. Beautiful view. Very, very pretty. And where are the dogs? 1 second, please. Atla! Atla! Raizu! Okay, let's not worry, they will come. They are okay. Ah, wonderful view, folks. You see how high we are? Remember those cypress trees? See how high we are now. And of course we could go higher, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, beautiful. Wonderful. Look at this spot. Fantastic. Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. I really like it. I really like these mountains. Just a second. So I had something on my foot. Of course, you can always go through here, right? But it's not a good idea. And also, I don't have the right clothes for it. Up. There is a bird just flying by. I think that was a robin. I didn't see very well. Robins are the nightingales of wintertime. They are beautiful. They sing beautifully. They are very good singers. And I really enjoy them. Robins are those birds with the red neck. So there is that. Okay, let's go down here. And let's see. So the dogs have still not shown up, but they will. I don't worry about them. So let's continue this way. Oh, this looks great. Of course, going down here is also not trivial, because you have to have a good balance, and it puts pressure on your knees, so you have to be careful with that. Yeah, so we keep going, folks. From what I can tell, there is no path over there. It seems to be a cliff. So, or is it? We will see. We will see. Where should we go? Maybe this way? No, let's go this way. Let's go and see what we can find. You can see that there are small young pine trees, and there are lots of pine trees growing in this area, and in a few years time the pine forest, which is further up the mountains, is will be, you know, present here as well. It is spreading in this direction, so there is that. Again, off we go, up, and you see the valley. So there is that. Let's be careful and let's see what we have going down here. But I don't hear the dogs, so perhaps I should head back. You know what? Let's do that. But let me first go down there, so we do a little bit of exercise as well, you know? So let's head down there first, and then, so I am jogging a little bit, and then we will go up. So, all in a day's work, folks. Up, we are down, and now let's go up. And we will go up there and check with the dogs. Where are they? They should have followed me, but it seems they got distracted. Not to worry. I hear them. So they will come. But maybe I will meet them along the way. Let's see. And off we go. I can jog a little bit as well. Yeah, let's do this. Very nice. Quite invigorating. Off we go. Where are the dogs? Where are the dogs? Let's see. Atla! Let's see. Here there is Echo. Very good. Let's see. And you can see how steep this is actually. So yeah, off we go. Up there. What is that over there? Is it Quercus cochifera? It looks like it, but I'm not sure. So yeah, up the mountain. Off we go. Very good. This is good exercise, of course. Very good exercise. It is hard, it's not easy, but it's good to put the body under some controlled stress. So there is that. Let's see, where are these dogs? I heard them, but they went the other way. I can hear them. But let's go find them. And let's see. Then we will head down the mountain. Atla! Raizu! What are we going to do with those babies? It's not a problem, of course. This place is safe for them, so I don't mind. There are no workers here, no laborers. They won't disturb anyone. That's perfectly fine. And yeah, let's see. Let's see what we have. But usually they do follow me. But probably they got the scent of some rabbit or some fox or something. Let's see, where are they? I don't see them. I did hear them barking, But yeah, we will head there and find out. I don't have anything more to say, folks, about the topic of being contentment with what we have. It's easy to say, I know. It's easy to say, hey, I appreciate what you have. But it's very difficult to do, because sometimes what you have is hard. It's hard to tolerate. And you may say, hey, but what I have is messed up, you know. I'm really unlucky. I really don't deserve this. But the thing is that you cannot, change who you are. You cannot just have another version of you. So whether it is hard or not, it is what you have, and it could be worse. But on a positive note, you should still see what is there for you. There has to be something that is not all bad, you know. It cannot be all bad. The world is a mixture of good things and bad things. And we cannot have either or. We have both in our world. And we must remember this fact. And my dogs, they have been naughty. They have been running around. And now they are here. I don't know, should I go that way or this way? I say, let's go this way. And, Atla, vame. Let's go this way, or you know what? Let's go back and go further up the mountain. Because why not, right? I'm not going anywhere in particular. And this is kind of my life in general. I don't have a specific goal in mind, and I am single-minded about it. I am adaptable. I go with the flow. I appreciate what I have in the present. I may draw plans or express desires and wishes, but ultimately, I adapt to the prevailing conditions. And I will always do what is available, what is within reach. And I will do it with alacrity, to the best of my abilities. Even though I may not like it in ultimate terms, I still understand that it is the best I can get, given the prevailing conditions. So there is that. But let's go up the mountain, folks, and let's see what we will find. It's good for the body to put it to exercise, and it's also good for the mind. Body and mind are one system. We just use different words to describe different facets of this system, but there is no body or mind in isolation. There is no mind that is bodiless, and it can do stuff bodiless. So when we are talking about body and mind, we are talking about two facets of the same reality, a singular reality. Can you see the moon over there? So is it a full moon or is it another day for the full moon? I'm not sure. But yeah, it looks mostly full, and that is beautiful. So yeah, let's keep going. Putting the mind to work and the body to work is not an either-or choice. You have to do both. You have to tend to all facets of your being. You cannot just be a spiritual agent, because you are not a spirit. You are an embodied spirit, if you want to go with the word spirit. Meaning that if you are spirit and body. Similarly, you cannot just be a rational agent, because you have emotions, you have instincts, you cannot deny those. So you have reason, yes, but you also have emotions and instincts and needs of the body, and you cannot just pretend that they do not exist, because it is exactly that, pretension. Meaning that, again, you are not appreciating what you have. You do not recognize what the reality is, what the prevailing factors are. Where are we going, folks? I have no idea, don't ask me. I just walk and talk. So let's keep walking and talking and hopefully find a way further up the mountain. Of course, if I were to take the other path, I know there is a path that leads up the mountain, but I'm curious if there is a way through here. Atlas went this way, so of course I will do the same. Let's see, folks. Oh, what is this place? Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's see what we have. Okay, let's continue. Oh, lots of... Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. Look at this beauty, folks. We cannot see the sea from here. Of course, Cyprus is an island. We cannot see it because it is down there. Actually, we can see it. Wow, I see. Wow, folks, this is great. It's down there. Of course, I cannot show it in the camera. This is just a phone. It doesn't have anything special on it. But let's see. Should we go this way? The dogs are going that way. So, of course, all dogs go the same way. Let's see. And yeah, off we go. Putting the body to work. And oh, look at this. So these grapevines, they have not been pruned. You see how long they are. It seems that they are not maintained. Yeah, because they look too long. This is probably more than one season that they have not been pruned. And this over here is an almond tree. But look at how beautiful it is. Very, very nice. Let's see, what can we do? And yeah, go up this way. When you put the body to work, of course, you exercise the body, right? Which has all the known benefits. But you also put the mind to rest. You don't stay home and overthink things. You don't have that. You don't have that troubling you. The dogs keep climbing and I keep following them. So hopefully we will get somewhere. You don't sit home and within the confines of a small space overthink yourself to depression, or anyhow overthink yourself to a state that is not pleasant, a state that is not nice. Working the body, especially if you do it in a natural setting such as this one, means putting the body to work, letting the mind rest, not worry about scenario, but focus on its immediate surroundings, and experience the beauty of this world. These open vistas, these open possibilities, all that this world has in store for us. Let us not forget that we are animals. We are the same as these babies over there. We are like the dogs. We have evolved over the millennia in open spaces, such as these ones. And when we are bound to an office, to a small room, to an apartment on the 10th floor, we are withdrawn from our natural environment. We are operating in a world that is not our world. It is alien to us. Even if we are the ones who made it, we are alienating ourselves from our nature. And we do it to our detriment. We do it to the detriment of our wellness, because we are in those tight spaces and we develop all sorts of mental problems. And we also don't have an outlet for our natural inclinations. We don't have an outlet for our sense of adventure, for our sense of awe, for our sense of danger even. All of these are good for us. They invigorate us. Of course, in moderation, yes, but they do empower us. We do feel good. They are exhilarating. I am here with these dogs. And dogs are domesticated animals, yes, but they are not too far away from the wolf. Some dogs, especially catch dogs, dogs that are animal aggressive, such as Atlas, he is a catch dog. These sorts of dogs are very close to the wolf. If these dogs were feral for a couple of generations and you had a pack of them, they would be, the same as a pack of wolves. They could hunt any kind of prey. So we are not too different from them. We too, humans, are predators. We are apex predators. We are capable of anything, basically. We can do a lot. And having an outlet for these natural propensities, an outlet that is controlled, an outlet that removes this propensity and then allows us to be creative, is very good for us. It keeps us calm, it keeps us in check. Like the dogs, if you have ever been with a dog that is an outgoing dog, you know exactly how stressful it is for an animal like that to be in a closed space, to not go for a walk, to not go outside. And those of us, all of us are a bit like that. We are also apex predators who need this kind of openness to keep ourselves calm. We don't realize it. We want to think of ourselves as these sophisticated beings, these rational agents that do nothing but philosophize or, do science or whatever. But this is not the reality of the human condition. And we know all too well this is not the reality. We know all too well what we are capable of, but we pretend otherwise. And we keep ourselves in surroundings that are far withdrawn from what is good for us. Just as what is good for these animals over here, these dogs over here. This keeps them calm. A dog that goes outside is a very good dog, a very good canine citizen. A dog who is always confined to a tight space is the most dangerous dog you can get. It doesn't matter how small it is. It doesn't matter if you think it is a cutie. It will still bite you. It will still feel stressed. It will still feel threatened. A dog like these, who gets to enjoy the great outdoors, it's an actual sweetheart, even when it looks intimidating. And I think that humans are closer to this reality than to the reality we entertain for ourselves, the reality of the sophisticated, spiritual, rational agent. I think we have everything in our potential. We do have wisdom, we do have spirituality, we do have emotions, but we must also recognize that we have the capacity for distraction, the capacity to be aggressive, the capacity to be predatory, as well as other tendencies, the tendency to explore, the tendency to be amazed. Just look at this, folks. You cannot feel how real this is the way I do, where the air here is much colder and I see the clouds and I am getting closer to the full moon as I am approaching the peak of this mountain. And this is beautiful, this is exhilarating, this invigorates me, and I keep going, and I don't feel tired, and I don't feel bored, and I don't want to quit. I am energized, and I can keep going. And despite the hardship, despite whatever challenge comes my way, I say, thank God. Thank the gods of this world for making all of this possible. Look at this. Look at this beauty. I think that's all for today, folks. I noticed that I have been recording for 55 minutes non-stop. I can keep talking for another hour or two, but I'm not sure if I can even upload such a long video or if anyone will watch it. So there is that. But since I have been recording for 55 minutes, I say let's do another 5 minutes. I will go up there, because why not, right? And yeah, 5 more minutes. Let's do that so that we are on the hour. We are moving towards the moon, and here we see the Troodos mountain range. We are close to the highest altitude, and the air here is very cold, and it's the 25th of December, and it's a beautiful day, and I am enjoying every moment of it, folks. Let's see what we have. And we go. I want to run a little bit so that I stay within the 5 minutes that I promised, but we also get to see the view from higher up. So yeah, let's do this, and we will see how it looks. So there is that. All good, all great. And yeah, let's go up here and see what we have. Very nice. Okay. And we keep going. So, isn't it beautiful? It's amazing. And yeah, more vineyards here. They seem to have been abandoned. So there is that. Beautiful. Where are the dogs? Atlas is here. We've got 3 more minutes, folks. And thank you if you have been watching up to this point. Just a tour around my mountain, my mountains, plural. Of course, this is one of the many paths that I took today. I don't always do the same path. I sometimes go in another direction. But yeah, we see how it is. And this is the sort of exercise that is physical, but it is also spiritual. It is spiritual, but it is also aesthetic. I open myself to the world from where I have come, the world I belong to, and the world I will end up in when I transfigure, when I die, when I'm no longer in this form. And this world has always been. This world will always be. Not this form of the world, but the world as such. Being as such. Isn't it beautiful? It's absolutely amazing. It is awesome. It is wonderful. Do I regret not going to the city? Do I regret not having this, that, the other, and more? The answer is that I can always regret not having something. But the things that are available are infinite. And the things that are at my disposal are finite. So either I can be in a regretful mood, always have the disposition of complaining, or I can have a positive attitude and say, wow, look at this. Look how these constraints, look at how this scarcity makes me feel. It's wonderful. It's great. It teaches me a lot of things. It teaches me to persevere It teaches me to have mental fortitude, and it inspires me to rise to the occasion and to do what must be done in the face of adversity, to do what must be done when there are challenges ahead, and to always do it in moderation, to always do it while being mindful of what my condition renders possible, to remember that I am human, to remember that I am no God, that I cannot refashion the world in my image, in accordance with my schematics. I can only take the world for what it is, and maybe I can have an impact in my immediate surroundings, but not more than that, folks, not more than that. So the sun is not setting yet, so we still have maybe 45 minutes, I'm not sure. Yeah, I thought the sun would be setting at 5, but it's 5 plus something, it seems. And yeah, I got mistaken. Probably it has to do with the fact that at the base of the valley it's getting darker earlier. Of course it is, so yeah, there is that. And we keep going, folks. Okay, so I am past the hour. So yeah, let's go up this. Let's run again. And of course I can keep doing this all day, folks, and I really like it. And let me show you the view, and then we call it a day. Let's see the beautiful view. Up, partridges, there they are. Beautiful, beautiful. This is it, folks. This is it. Let me switch to my camera and salute you. And yeah, let's see. So yeah, it's a pleasant walk, and I am excited to keep going and see what I will find. That's all for today, folks. Thank you very much for your attention. If you are celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you are not, just enjoy the holidays. Hopefully you have a day off, so enjoy that. And the days are growing. Daytime will be increasing, so let's celebrate that as well. For the solar panels, if nothing else, at my hut. Thank you very much for your attention, folks. Take care. Goodbye.